When did you catch someone using your identity for fraud? It happened when I discovered my coworker Jessica had been using my personal information to open credit cards and take out loans for over a year. Jessica worked in HR at my marketing company. Sweet, helpful, always offering to process paperwork for people. We'd been friendly for 2 years, grabbed coffee sometimes, talked about weekend plans. First red flag came when my credit score dropped 80 points overnight. No reason for it. I paid bills on time, never missed payments, barely used credit cards. Pulled my credit report, found 3 credit cards I'd never opened. Capital One, Chase, Discover. All opened within the last year. All with my name, social security number, and address. Someone was using my identity. Called the credit card companies immediately. All 3 accounts had been opened using my information, but with a different phone number. Purchases included expensive electronics, designer clothes, vacation rentals. Total fraudulent spending across all cards, $47,000. Filed police report and credit disputes. Detective Williams said identity theft was hard to solve without knowing who had access to my personal information. Usually it's someone close to you, family member, coworker, someone who's seen your documents. Started thinking about who had access to my social security number, address, employment history. HR processed everyone's paperwork. Jessica had handled my insurance updates, address changes, tax forms. Jessica knew all my personal information. Decided to test my theory. Told Jessica I was applying for a mortgage and needed to monitor my credit carefully. Asked if she'd ever seen suspicious activity on employee credit reports. Oh wow, identity theft is so scary, Jessica said. I hope nothing like that ever happens to you. 2 days later, another credit card appeared on my report. Bank of America. Opened the day after I mentioned monitoring my credit to Jessica. She was still actively using my information. Set up credit monitoring alerts and started documenting every new fraudulent account. Each time I mentioned financial plans to Jessica, new accounts would appear within 48 hours. Applied for a car loan, suddenly a Wells Fargo card appeared. Mentioned saving for vacation, Amex Gold card opened in my name. Jessica was using our conversations to time her fraud, thinking I wouldn't notice new accounts if she tied them to my actual financial activity. Called Detective Williams with the pattern evidence. He said they needed more direct proof linking Jessica to the accounts. Can you get access to her personal information? See if there are connections. During lunch break, I noticed Jessica left her purse open at her desk. Inside was a small notebook with handwritten lists. Names, social security numbers, addresses, all employees from our company. She wasn't just stealing from me. Jessica had personal information for everyone in the office. Took photos of the notebook pages with my phone. Found my information plus details for 12 other coworkers. Next to each name were numbers that looked like credit scores and account balances. Jessica was running an identity theft operation targeting our entire workplace. Called police immediately. Detective Williams obtained warrant to search Jessica's house and financial records. What they found was massive fraud operation. Jessica had been stealing identities for 3 years, targeting coworkers at multiple jobs. She'd worked at 4 different companies, always in HR positions with access to employee records. Over 50 victims across all her jobs. Total stolen amount exceeded $200,000. Jessica had been living off stolen identities. Luxury apartment, expensive car, designer clothes, fancy vacations, all funded by coworkers' credit. Her computer contained spreadsheets tracking each victim's credit limits, payment schedules, and personal information. She'd been treating identity theft like a business. Jessica arrested at work the next day, in front of everyone she'd been stealing from. Coworkers watched in shock as police handcuffed the woman who'd processed their paperwork for 2 years. This is a misunderstanding, Jessica screamed. I was trying to help people build credit. Police found evidence she'd stolen from 12 people in our office alone. Marketing manager Tom had $30,000 in fraudulent charges. Accountant Sarah had 7 fake credit cards. Designer Lisa's credit was ruined by Jessica's spending sprees. Jessica charged with aggravated identity theft, wire fraud, and organized financial crime. Federal charges because she'd crossed state lines with stolen identities. Convicted on all counts. Sentenced to 8 years federal prison plus restitution to all victims. Court ordered her to pay back every stolen dollar with interest. Company fired Jessica immediately and implemented new security protocols for employee records. Background checks became mandatory for HR positions. Took me 6 months to clean up my credit reports and close all fraudulent accounts. Credit score eventually recovered, but the violation of trust never fully healed. Jessica's luxury lifestyle disappeared overnight. Apartment foreclosed, car repossessed, designer clothes sold to pay legal fees. She'd been living like a millionaire on stolen credit. Prison jumpsuit was quite a downgrade. The HR representative trusted with protecting employee information had been the biggest threat to everyone's financial security. Sometimes the person helping you with paperwork is actually stealing your identity while you watch.